Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to look at a 1986 Decepticon dive bomb. What we're going to do in this video, we're going to have a look at him in both of his modes. We're going to have a look at the accessories that came with him. I'm going to point out things that you need to be aware of if you're after purchasing one yourself. And I'm also lucky enough to have a couple of different types of packaging, so we can have a look at the artwork on both of them. Right then. As I've mentioned, he was a 1986 Decepticon, and he was actually a Predacon. There are 5 Predacons that form to combine and make the massive and very impressive looking robot predaking there to the left hand side. Now, as a child and living in the UK, unfortunately we were deprived of these toys. We had to sit there and watch them on the TV on Saturday mornings, and of course read the comics as well and CDs. They were really quite big characters, but for some reason, again, curse of the UK as it's been known in the Transformer collecting world, we weren't able to have any of them. So these were the days before eBay and before all that, so I didn't actually get to see these until my adult life. So that's probably one of the main reasons why I really like them, to be fair. But they just look fantastic. The colour scheme works really well. They're much bigger than your standard Scramble City figures, which are the other combining robots that were released at the time. So you had your Bruticus and your Menosaur for your Decepticons, and obviously Superion and Defensor for your Autobots, but they were what's known as Scramble City robots. So their limbs, the little figures, they could be moved around, rearranged and put with anybody. Whereas Divebomb here, he is and always was known as Predaking's left arm and the wings attached to the back. So that's one of the bigger differences. You won't see Scramble City on any of the packaging with these. And it also probably explains why, I mean, I've read and I've seen that these were much more expensive due to the size of these figures. They are much bigger. And what we're going to do then, we're going to have a quick look at him first and foremost in this mode. So there's his robot mode. You can tell straight away that stickers are going to be a big thing with this figure. If you haven't got the stickers, the wings will look very bland, just black, and down there on his shins, down into his toes, the gold looks really good. You can tell obviously that he is going to be a falcon or a bird of prey in his other mode, and the tail at the back can sometimes be loose and hang down, so it's quite important if you want to display him that some of the joints are tight. Articulation wise, his arms move at the shoulders, his legs at the hips, but this is, as I say, an old figure, so they don't have the ball and socket joints in there just yet. Either way, he's probably not going to stand now. There he is, he stands and he looks really impressive. I will touch on one of the known variants while we're looking at him, and it's going to be quite hard to tell and make out with just these here, but a lot of the Predacons, when they were first released, they had die-cast parts and they were all in the chest, whereas with Divebomb it was his hips. So although you can't really tell because it's there, but you can maybe just make out that his hips, the red bit there, looks that little bit darker than what it does on the plastic variant. So you can't really tell, but if you find one with the metal hips, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a KO, it's just an early release of it all. So that's the known variant of it, which again is really nice. Talking about accessories before you go any further, I've just shown you that he's got the sword. He does come with 2 of these guns, so you can either have 2 guns or exactly like I've got him displayed with a sword and a gun, but also he comes with a fist as well. He comes with the fist for predaking, so on the other side you've got a fist as well, so be aware of that if you're after trying to buy one completely with all its accessories. So here's the alternate mode. Check that the toes are there, and because sometimes obviously they're folded down, that with them being so small they can sometimes come off. And of course the same with the beak folds down. Ensure that you got both parts for that. And I've already mentioned the tail needs to be able to balance them when he's in that mode. And there you go, quite a nice, as I say, alternate mode. Please don't fall over. There we go. So let's have a quick look at him combined. There he is in that arm, and again, lovely, fantastic figure, huge, really nice. So in the front of us we've got some of the Japanese art boxes. I haven't managed to acquire any Hasbro yet, ironically enough, so here we go. D for Destron, and there we've got the artwork for Divebomb. Lovely. If we spin him around, there's Predaking, and then there's the artwork on the back. That's the famous battle scene used for most 86 packaging. Metroplex and Triptychon in their base modes. Looks really nice. I'm just going to pop that down there. This is identical, it's exactly the same box, but I just like the fact that it's got the price on it, 2,200 yen, which is, you know, next to nothing now, probably about maybe a tenner, so not too much. This is all the stuff that come. I really like the fact that they put like collector's cards and stuff in with the Japanese figures. It makes it much more appealing and much, you know, more things for you to collect, rather than it just be the packaging. And the other thing that was, is he going to fall over? Nope. This was obviously a Japanese only exclusive, the Predaking box set. It was reissued later on, more around the world, but it was only available in Japan. It's literally like a carry case, so you've got a handle at the top, and then you've got, again, this amazing battle scene on the back. And as I've already mentioned, as it was only released in Japan at the time, that was the only place you could get that, the Predaking tech spec, because it was only available on that box set. So, as I say, I've got a bit of a soft spot for these, maybe because I couldn't get them as a child, and having always wanted them, it's always nice to be able to get some figures that you couldn't ever own. But they are still brilliant, they are still fantastic, they're very, very popular. We've obviously recently had the Titans release of Predaking as well, so I think with all the combiners, they're always going to be popular. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at it. I hope it brought back some nice memories for you, and keep your suggestions and keep your comments coming. Thanks very much.